I'd like to bring in now legal analyst and trial attorney Rachel Fiset. Rachel, good to see you. And I do want to note, this was all discovered, the vehicle. You don't live far from this, so you really do have a connection to all of this. So David's first-degree murder charge came with special circumstances. First, just explain what they are and what that actually means.
Special circumstances are a way to get the sentence higher. So it's not just a first-degree murder, which would mean he intentionally killed her. They are saying he lied in wait and that he killed her to avoid her being a witness in an investigation. So part of the lying in wait charge is that he allegedly sent her a ride share with the intent of her coming to his house where he was waiting to kill her. And part of that is because they have text messages between the two of them fighting, relating to her threatening to destroy his career, telling the police what was going on, and there was active investigations as to her when she was being kidnapped or missing. And so they were already looking at circumstances between the two of them, and the allegations and the evidence that will be presented in the next 3 days are going to show how that murder happened and why it happened.
All right, so Rachel, the brief prosecutors filed ahead of this preliminary hearing was only 8 pages, included, though, insertions that Burke met Celeste when she was 11, began a sexual relationship with her when she was 13, and then when she was 14, they got into this argument the day before, of course, inviting her to his home, allegedly, and then fatally stabbing her. What else do you expect to come out of this?
There is a mountain of evidence in this case. And I frankly think the government will have probable cause for this case to go forward within the first couple of hours of this hearing. So what we will see is so much digital evidence. We will see how they met, how their relationship progressed. I expect to see that evidence relating to the rideshare where he brings her to his house. Then they allege he murdered her, he stabbed her. At some point soon thereafter, that he was texting her to cover it up, that he door dashed a shovel to his home, that he got an inflatable pool and a chainsaw over Amazon to dispose of her body. He had driven to Santa Barbara multiple times to get rid of evidence. And the truth is, all of this they have is through a digital footprint. This is a gruesome modern day murder that has a large digital footprint through all of the dealings that happened over the internet. And I think we're going to see a lot of that evidence. I believe there is a lot more that has come forward, and there is going to be some that the prosecution is simply holding back that we won't know.
All right, so as you just said, the prosecutors only have to establish probable cause at this point in the proceedings. Now, a body obviously was recovered, but authorities described Celeste's dismembered remains as being severely decomposed. They weren't discovered until somebody smelled that decomposition. How does that potentially impact what could happen at trial if this does, in fact, go to trial?
Well, the body, if we recall, was found in September, and he was not charged until April, even though that body was found in the front trunk of his Tesla. The prosecution is alleging she was murdered in April, so that decomposition is for months. So I think as far as the exact body composition, that is going to be shown along with all of this digital evidence, which is what I think the DA was doing throughout that time, was really collecting this other evidence, knowing that the body itself was a little more difficult given the state it was found in to show exactly what happened for her murder.
And what details at this point about this case most stick out to you?
It is really the digital footprint really sticks out to me. The mountain of evidence they have basically from their phones, and the way that they have put together a timeline from that digital evidence, including her coming to his house, including him leaving and going to Santa Barbara, including the DoorDash shovel, the Amazon chainsaw, and the inflatable pool that he allegedly used to dismember her. And then when you do compare that to the body, there is flecks of that pool allegedly found inside of her body. And so you're putting together what they have as physical evidence and digital evidence, and they have really created a timeline and a story. And that amount of evidence, frankly, is so unusual. So that's really what sticks out, is the amount of evidence here in this case.
Yeah, and obviously the hope is that there will be justice for Celeste, whatever that looks like. Trial attorney Rachel Fiset, thank you.